We are reading from Introduction of the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, Srivas, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associates, Sri Lalita and Vishakha. He Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandho, Jagatpate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namostate. O my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Rishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhaevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnav devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bhagavad Gita is also known as Gitopanishad. It is the essence of Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in Vedic literature. So in the Vedas, there are so many Upanishads. One of the branch of Vedic knowledge are the Upanishads, and the most important of the Upanishad is this Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is called the Gitopanishad. Of course, there are many commentaries in English on the Bhagavad Gita, and one may question the necessity for another one. This present edition can be explained in the following way. Recently, an American lady asked me to recommend an English translation of Bhagavad Gita. Of course, in America, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English. But as far as I have seen, not only in America, but also in India, none of them can be strictly said to be authoritative, because in almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinions without touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So this is the reason Srila Prabhupada is explaining why did he translate the Bhagavad Gita, because there were so many translations of Bhagavad Gita, but none of them are authoritative. None of them are speaking the message of Bhagavad Gita actually. And so because he wanted to present this message in truth, he translated the Bhagavad Gita. The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the directions written on the label. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whim or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the directions on the label or the directions given by a physician. So when we are sick, we go to the doctor and then he will prescribe some medicine to us. And then he tells us, okay, you take this pill 3 times a day, you take it before meal or after meal. You know, he will give us some direction. Or we are following what's written on the label that, oh, not more than 2 pills a day, warning, or, you know, there's so many. So we do follow that. We follow those things because why? We want to get better. Right? That's the reason we go to the doctor or we are taking the medicine. So similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. So the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has spoken in. We should try to understand in what spirit Krishna is speaking in. So Prabhupada is saying, if I'm sick and I go to the doctor says, okay, take this 3 times a day, 3 pills after meals. And then I come back home and my friend says, why are you listening to the doctor? You know, nothing happens. Don't take your medicine. It's okay. You'll become all right just like that. You know, who is the doctor to know? Then what's going to happen? Are we going to get well? No. Should we listen to our friend in this matter? No. He might be good in something else, but certainly in this, he's not good. Similarly, we cannot just say, oh, this one is speaking this about Bhagavad Gita, so let me believe him, and this one is speaking that, and let me believe him. We have to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Sri Krishna. He's mentioned on every page of Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan. Of course, the word Bhagwan sometimes refers to any powerful person or any powerful God, and certainly here Bhagwan designates Lord Sri Krishna as a great personality. But at the same time, we should know that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as is confirmed by all great acharyas, spiritual masters like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities of Vedic knowledge in India. So Prabhupada is saying that we also say like Shiv Bhagwan, like that, no, because he's a great personality. So we do say, you know, Lord Shiva, we refer him as Shiv Bhagwan, Krishna Bhagwan, like that. So Bhagwan can mean to address a person who is powerful, but we have to understand that Krishna is the supreme powerful, the supreme personality of Godhead. And why should we believe it? Because the authorities are saying, the great authorities who are in charge of the devotional service, they are saying that. The Lord himself also established himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Bhagavad Gita. And he is accepted as such in the Brahma Samhita and all the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Bhagavad Purana, Krishna's to Bhagwan Swayam. So we have to hear from authority. Nobody else says, I am God, that I am the Supreme Lord and I can save you from everything. Nobody says that. It's only Krishna who says it. And if any mortal, if any ordinary living being says that, then we should, you know, really stay away from them or really think that something's wrong with them, you know. Is there some psychosis involved there? because we are not God. We cannot show the universal form to anybody. We do not create any universes. We cannot lift the Govardhan hill. Krishna can, and he showed himself to be the God. And he is declared to be the God in all the revealed scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam, all the Puranas, Brahma Samhita. So all the pure devotees time and time declare that Krishna is to Bhagwan Swayam. Therefore, we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is directed by the personality of Godhead himself. If we really want to know, understand Bhagavad Gita, we should hear. If really we want to know, if you really want to know what I like, then you just have to ask me, what do you like? And I will tell you, right? If I'm saying I like this, like this, and I do this, but if you don't accept it, and other people discuss, maybe she likes this, maybe she likes that, then is that true of what I like? You know, it's just mental speculation. It's just assumption of what I like. Similarly, if I don't want to hear what you like, and I keep thinking, maybe you like this, maybe you like that, without asking you, my dear, what do you like? Please tell me. But I keep assuming, oh, maybe you like this, maybe you like that. Then it's not true. It's just my assumption. Similarly, Krishna is clearly speaking in Bhagavad Gita, so we just accept it. We hear it submissively. Is that okay? Okay, so we can stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shla Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.